Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Boss Battle. This is episode 58 featuring Frank from the Kitty Mind. Frank, how are you doing, my friend?
Doing great. Thanks for having us. Let's get it going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see Ramen is, full camera here. He's got a close up going on. What's going on, Ramen? How you doing, man?
Oh, big things happening. Big things happening today. I really feel like I'm gonna blow up the spot. Let's go. Green onions in the mix. Let's go.
All right. Before we start, though, I need you to do me a favor and back up. You're creeping me out.
Sorry.
I can back up too.
I'll be right back.
Oh, man. What is going on, everybody? We are back with another episode of Boss Battle, and we're going to go over the rules real quick. And we got a little video here for you. So we have, got to get an 85, 8 average above across all the bosses. Towards the end of each round, the audience will vote on Twitch, actually, not X. That's a typo on my part. So keep your eyes peeled on the Twitch chat. There's also going to be a Slurpee voltage round, which these questions will kind of be given between boss number 2 and 3, and they aren't going to be counted on the score. It's kind of like your cooldown period. Just think of it like that, Frank.
Is that the advertisement about Valorant that I saw in the last episode, the Slurpee? Was that like what I saw an advertisement that was just immaculate, and I was kind of hoping that you would play it again, but maybe you've got some more content.
We may or may not play that today. It doesn't have anything to do with Valorant, no, but I hate that you said that word because I'm anti-Valorant nowadays.
No, you mentioned quitting Valorant.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm an esports coach. Like, kids quit
really?
Valorant. Yeah, kids quit Valorant, like straight up. In a season, they're like, I can't get past gold. I quit. And I'm like, yeah, maybe you should. I don't know.
Yeah, I had a lot of problems with Smurfs, so I was like, I'm done with
it's
this.
varsity, bro. Like we got a varsity collegiate team that I've been directing for like 6 years. So I am heavily entrenched in esports, my man. We play everything.
That's sick. That's awesome.
You get a carry in Marvel Rivals or what?
Dude, I've got 3 Marvel players. It's a new title, and we're trying to start it in the fall, like officially with the school. So no, Marvel Rival recruits, reach out, please. The Kitty Mind the representation of the Kitty Mind is recruiting. So just let me know. Yeah, Marvel.
Okay, we heard it right here.
For sure. Yeah, I was Plat 3 last season, so we're working our way back. We're Gold 3 right now, so
there's nothing wrong with gold. That's the easy target. It's like, oh, we're all gold, right? Every time you start, you're a gold, man.
They put me at bronze. They started me over.
Well, you weren't a celestial player.
When was the last time you played ranked? Because I swear in the last 4 or 5 years, they've made it like you used to be able to start like plat, diamond, chill.
Yeah.
Everybody's starting bronze. I don't care if you're like last season plat, last season diamond, whatever game rank you're playing, you're going to start bronze or silver, and you're going to have to play the game to get up there. They ain't giving no free ranks out these days.
Yep.
They want you to play the game.
For sure. Well, let's get into our first boss here, and got some more questions here for you. So let's go into the Spartan King. Okay. First question says, can you tell us the story behind how Kitty Mind was created and what inspired this proof of game concept?
Hey, man, I mentioned I'm an esports director, so I've spent years watching the time athletes pour. And I say athletes, dude. I've been doing it long enough. I'll throw that out there. Like, if you play esports hard, you're an athlete. It is work. And to see people put in so much time to be gold or plat or diamond, whatever the rank is, and to really have nothing from that it's difficult. Everybody's playing. There's money out there in the space. I wanted to create a way to allow gamers to control their own economy. And that's where this idea was incepted, was just watching the team, watching the time they put in, understanding the laws around video games, what you can and can't do, and following those rules to develop a system that would allow gamers to, I don't want to be too technical, but make an immutable string that would call a ledger that, records the coins. I will mention that the players own their private keys. So even if I'm hosting a server and someone is doing transactions or mining blocks in there, there's no way I can take their coins. I don't have their private key. I can't change that. And the consensus that's provided among the players proves that. So it's an interesting system, and it was made for gamers from a game director. So that's really where it began, was in that room, seeing the struggle and wanting to put together a system that players could control their economy.
Fantastic. Love that answer. It kind of answers like the proof of game right there. I mean, it's for gamers, proof of game. I like the name convention. The next question here says, what made you guys choose Minecraft specifically as the foundation for your layer 1 blockchain project?
Yeah, Minecraft. I wouldn't say I have like a wealth of experience in Minecraft. I was a time trialer and an FPS player, a little bit of Rocket League in my heyday. Minecraft, we've all had experience with, but I really got interested in Minecraft after I got, more heavily into programming. And that, knowing how the data packs work and all of the information being available in Minecraft is easily accessible as it is, it makes a really good platform to try things, I guess. And I started dabbling in Minecraft to see if a proof of work layer 1 system could be implemented. And after working with their chat log structure long enough, I kind of got used to it. And on top of that, the multi-game approach, using Minecraft as a centerpiece for the chat input that everyone reads, indicates that you could have games, other servers that are hosted independently by people, whether the game has a chat log or not. You could send the information as a validator to the network and add that server in whatever game you want as a host to the network, and then allow those players in that server the ability to mine blocks in the KM coin system as well. And that's what we're most excited about right now, is laying that out, because I'm not a professional server developer. I made something that would show the concept and get developers interested in the idea. But the thing that was missing was the ability to host your own server, make your own economy that you like, the mini games that you prefer, giving the community the ability to host their own further decentralizes it, but it also makes it just that much more enticing for people to join the network, because they can do it how they want.
Fair enough. And I like that. I don't want to call this like a metaverse, but a lot of times metaverses have this like idea, but they don't actually like show you like the concept. But you guys have kind of done this, like, here's the proof of concept, but expand upon this. Is that kind of like what you guys are thinking about?
Yeah, for sure. The basic proof of concept is simple. The white paper is 2.5 pages. It's wordy. It's a white paper. It's like an academic paper. But no, it's very straightforward in how the system works. And yeah. Sorry, man. I was reading something to the side. I completely lost track. I'm so sorry.
No
I'm
worries.
gonna close this real quick. I'm gonna close with that. Okay. All right. My bad. I'm back.
No worries. Okay, he's locked in. All right, cool,
I'm locked in. I'm locked.
All right. The next question says here, your project introduces proof of game as a new consensus mechanism. You kind of like explained a little bit, but the question here says, can you explain in simple terms how this works and how it differs from proof of work or proof of stake?
Yeah, proof of stake and proof of work, we'll use the Bitcoin network as an example. You have to solve a hash with a changing transaction queue that you have, that's broadcasted to you from the network with a block that needs to be hashed. And the logic behind Bitcoin is so straightforward and simple that it was able to work in 2009 all the way to 2025. So proof of work is just using your computer to solve a really difficult problem that someone cannot replicate without having a decent hash rate. Proof of game, I talked about this in the white paper some. If you have a single action mechanism for earning a currency, there's no way to, put a cap on how much you're throwing out there. There's no way to limit the rate or to control, the rate that the currency is created. So instead of making a proof of work where you required somebody have a computer that can do certain things, I took a completely different approach and said, well, we're all in the same, network. We can all see each other's chat log, and the way the multi-server works, all of this chat is shared in a way to where, it's it's real. You would have to break 51% of the total players to break the consensus. So instead of just having like, hey, break these plants, you get crypto, I said, okay, well, we'll do the proof of game to show that you have done the work to have a chance to hash a block. And that's where I started reading into Minecraft's community rules, the things they prefer, because I'm not trying to come in here and break the system. I don't want to step on anybody's toes necessarily. This is a great system that you can work into a game easily. And one of the big things Minecraft is about is, a solid community, no paying to win, no paying to play. Obviously you pay $30 to get the game, but, yeah, with the variety of ways you can earn the ability to try a hash, it really follows those guidelines really well. Doesn't matter what computer you have. I've got a computer over here from 2009 validating right now. I'm running on 20 watts of energy. So I have a full-on KM Coin validator providing consensus and mining blocks in the system on 20 watts of energy. So we fixed the energy consumption, we fixed the paywall to get into mining profitably, and we gave gamers complete control of the economy on the layer 1. So there's... Yeah, so the proof of work and the proof of game, we limited that mechanism of letting people have crypto by just allowing one person a random chance to hash a block every 30 seconds with a 50% chance to hash the block, creating a block time of 1 minute. Adding other servers with the logic that we have is super simple, because you're literally just saving blocks from servers, verifying they're incremented correctly, timestamps match, and servers are not actually competing against each other for blocks. So there's no initiative to try to break the system to get ahead. I mean, you're literally competing with people in your server for the block chance. And then after so many have been saved from your server, the entire network has an algorithm to unanimously choose a winner based off of the new information that they have. So I have tried very hard to remove, I guess, the incentive to try to break it, and also make it very difficult to break at the same time.
Gotcha. Sounds like a very secure system then.
Hey, the bigger the community, the stronger the network, the stronger the consensus. Just like Bitcoin. We need supporters, man.
So decentralized is the way to go. I agree. Next question here. And by the way, guys, the poll is live on Twitch, so go ahead and vote right now.
Please vote yes. Right. Sorry, can I say that? Please vote yes.
Well, they got to vote A, B, C, or D. So you would say like vote A.
A. Vote A. Yes, vote A. All right. Sorry, my bad.
It's all good. Next question says, what has the community's response been like since your launch early in 2025?
Oh, in 2025, the server had been up for like a year and a half. I've been dabbling with this system for a while, so it's been a desert. It's been me developing kind of just and begging my friends to check it sometimes and see if they like it. But after finalizing it, knowing that the layer 1 was ready, we launched the pump coin in addition to, and that was what gained the traction. I mean, obviously they saw kitty memes and kitty coins and a white paper, and it blew up. Right. So that traction was necessary. First of all, I released this as open source on my GitHub, and I thought, it would be received pretty easily. People would say, oh, this is awesome. Let's own our own economy or whatever. Kinda. Yeah, we got a few people in the beta testers. We had people in and out of the server. We've had I want to say 60 players come through, in and out in the last month, maybe. So you're talking 2 new people a day. That's modest. It's extremely modest right now. But the potential and the foundation that we're building is immense. And I won't stop working on this because I see the power in it. And the more people I can, again, thanks for taking the time to let us come on here, because it gives us an opportunity to share more of what we're working on. But the system itself, it will become the next gaming Bitcoin. That's what I've been saying. That's what this system was meant to replicate, not with the same algorithm, but with the same idea. Player or community-owned economy that's not controlled by a centralized force. So no, the community it gets better. We have more people that join, and as it's sat out here for a while, and we've given more information, we simplified a few things. It's generating a greater player base. Furthermore, I finalized the jar file for mining only, so a player can simply just click the program, start up Minecraft, put in a private key in their player name, and get to work. Nothing else is required. You don't have to download any files. So the first instance was made for developers, server owners, people to join the system and be educated. Now I've been putting more work into check out this cool thing we've got. You know what I mean? Just put in your player name and a password and let's do it. And we will launch that later this weekend. I don't want to rush it or whatever. It's good to go. But, we're trying to release things in a way that isn't all at once, I guess.
Right.
I've got some great people on the team who have helped educate me more on, how to market, how to run a multifaceted organization that deals with various things, whereas I just want to code and do logic. Right. Trying to get better on that end. But no, user ease is right around the corner, and we're hopeful that will improve the player base even more.
Love that answer. That was a lot of information to unpack. I'm sure the chat is digging into that right now. Want to shout out the doctor. He said it's actually pretty incredible concept.
Thank you so much.
Mac Daddy saying, I like how it's bringing crypto into the game. Not sure if anyone has done that. That could be multi-game.
Endless applications with this. It's such a basic system. Programming's always got its complexities or whatever, but the system itself is very straightforward, easy to utilize.
And the doctor also says we were speaking internally about something similar-ish recently and racking our heads around how we might ever actually pull it off. Slightly different, but yeah, this is the kind of forward-thinking special twist that blockchain is supposed to be doing. I agree with that point. Wholeheartedly. Yes, sir. Man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I can talk, guys. Like I can talk about KM Coin endlessly. So maybe option E will be tell this dude to stop talking, and you can throw that out at some point. But no, I don't want to talk too much. I'll let you get to we can move on. But
for sure. Poll number 1 has ended before the last question, but it's a pretty unanimous vote. Let's go to the last question here for the final question for the first boss. The product has a unique structure with astronomically large token supply, 42 sextillion trillion tokens. I've never, ever said that in my life ever, and I don't think I'll ever say it again. Yeah. What was the reasoning behind its design choice?
Oh, sextillion. At 69 sextillion, actually.
Wait, really?
Wait a minute.
No.
Wait a minute.
No, there's a mix here. All right, listen. You give the world something great. You give them something that works. You give them something that you care about and you believe in that you can apply. But it's got to be fun, man. It's got to be for people, And 42 sextillion is a math number. I could literally put a decimal like 9 points over, and it would be like Bitcoin. It would look almost the same. The reward structure, the halving schedule, everything is identical to Bitcoin, and its rewards, the way that it's released, everything. The only difference is our block time is every minute instead of 10 minutes. So it's 10 times faster than the Bitcoin network. But I just didn't really want to deal with the decimals. It's a few more methods that you have to deal with. However, 42 sextillion by moving a decimal, 9, 12 points over immediately comes a very easy number to look at. So that's possible. We could in the future reduce that, but honestly, I just thought it was fun.
That's so funny. A lot of the decisions we make in our company too is somewhat similar. Like we decided fun. Yeah, exactly. Mac Daddy says here, when you create something, I suppose it can be exactly what you want. Exactly.
Hey, I don't, I made it to a point where I actually wasn't sure what the community would prefer. So after the proof of concept, I thought this is the time to get some feedback, because with the rest of the development, with this foundation and what we have put together, multi-server is not a problem. Verifying a file change amongst a consensus and a peer-to-peer network, not a huge issue. It's not as scalable as the Bitcoin network, but with the multi-server chat log that we have, it's infinitely scalable, if you know what I mean. But
Gotcha.
no, 42 sextillion, it may be like 42 million someday. It could be.
Guys, you hear it first. A lot of similar tokenomics to Bitcoin. It's something that I personally think that's pretty cool. I don't know about everybody else. All right, that's gonna be it for the first boss. We're gonna go into our special announcement, and Ramen, you can take the wheel from there, my friend.
All right, everybody, you know what it is. It's time to give away my favorite priced item inside of Boss Battles. It is a free, and let me tell you, it is super free. There is no gas. Make sure you collect that collectible. You saw that dope artistic ability. Yes, Otto's going to bring it up. Thank you very much, sir. And listen, if you collect this right now, I can't make big promises, but I can tell you that this will have some kind of utility later on in the Catalyst ecosystem. Let me give you the wink. Wait. My eye's not winking. There it is.
No,
I got it. That's the wink.
When you wink, your eyeball disappears, bro. There's no line. It's vanishes.
You'd add like a little bit of animation there to be like wink, or you know what I mean.
This is my low market cap VTuber, so it doesn't come with all those special effects.
It's clean. It's a good look. Thank you. I promised everybody I'd go full nude live, and here I am, 58 episodes.
Oh God, keep your box on, please, and your jacket. Keep the jacket on. Great thing you don't have arms. Thank God.
If you have the animation to like take everything off, that would be pretty cool.
It's just like everything just fall off, bro.
Like those breakaway pants, you know what I mean?
I would have to do. But if I do the breakaway pants, I got to put on the glasses. Like, yeah.
There we go. That's the look.
I'm naked now.
Now you don't have to wink. Now you ain't got to wink.
I got my other wink. I got my other wink face. This was for those moments. Like, man, it was just 420 the other day.
Oh, it was. No, that's the 420 face for sure. That's a good one, dude. You got a whole lineup over there.
Oh, I need more. Plushie incoming. I don't know. It's just really
Ramen got the Temu VT rig.
Ramen furry edition, right?
I didn't even know. Hey, listen. No. We don't listen. Don't give Mizzy ammo. There's a whole backstory to this furry thing. You're touching a sensitive subject, Otto. Shut up, Otto. Listen, I don't know. You know what it is? I think Mizzy slid in the DMs and be like, I think you should mention something about furries.
Dude, I'm in esports. We go to LAN events and Comic-Cons to compete. There are furries everywhere, dude. And I don't hate it, man. Like, if you love it, that's cool. I'm down. And some of those girls, very good looking. If that's what they're into, don't mind. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa. This is the new age thing. All right.
They take off the mask, so they probably got the crazy eyes. You guys, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Got those ramen crazy eyes, right?
Yeah, I got the crazy eyes like ramen. Let's move on to our next boss.
Yeah, sorry, man. I keep getting off topic.
Anime concerts, furries, full nude, rip-off clothing.
Great,
welcome to Boss Battles. Yeah.
Boss number 2 coming up.
Yo, did you see this comment? Hold on a minute. No, not the one from that. That's funny, Damien. Yes, but this one it says that it's like I just ate a pound of pork chops face. Hey, Doc, I'm with you, man.
We love the doctor.
Listen, furries run the internet. It's true. 4chan and MLP back in the day. Oh, you're a 4chan guy. Okay, 4chan. Yeah, we know you're old school.
We all know about 4chan, dude.
We showing your age. Who's showing your age? Yeah.
Y'all know 4chan got doxxed like a week ago, right?
Oh yeah, the whole thing, and they said they won't be able to update either, too, because it's just so legacy. Wow,
dude, it's a nightmare. So
Rip,
if you're on
4chan,
and you weren't using PGP or something,
Rip.
You may want to get a new email.
I can confidently say I've never visited the website not once.
I've never been on 4chan personally. It's just not my deal, dude. I just want to hang out with my cats and program, man. That's kind of what I do.
You already sound like a 4chan guy. What are you talking about?
Well, you got me. What can I say? You got me.
Oh, man. All right. We're going to get ready to hop into boss number 2. Are you ready?
We hopped in already.
What's that?
You hopped
That
in
was the
already.
Banshee Queen, right?
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah, but I say that every single time, right? When I'm prepping for the thing.
No, you say it and then I cut you off. That's how it usually works.
You didn't cut me off.
Well, I front run you. Just go.
It's a night to be different, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you ready for boss number 2?
I'm ready. I'm definitely ready.
Okay. Here we go. This is production's fault. All right. So question number 1. Can you walk us through how a player actually participates in the KMC blockchain through Minecraft gameplay?
Yeah, the easiest way to do it. I will say this: whenever you join the server the first time, the way ours is set up, you have to leave and come back to activate all of the scores necessary to protect the chain. It's just some weird thing. I may be able to work out of it soon, but you come in, you say, "Oh, cool lobby," and then you try to do a command, and it says you got to leave first, and then you leave, come back real quick. Great, you're activated. Everybody gets 1 free hash try when they join. So the moment you come in, leave, rejoin the server, you can trigger a hash. If nobody else is trying one, you got a 50-50 chance to get on the blockchain immediately. Outside of that, you can teleport to the farm area, hit some potatoes, craft them for poison potatoes. And the way our server works, again, totally custom. Whoever wants to add a server, you can have any economy you want. It's just the block time has to be controlled, and we can help with that. But the poison potatoes, it's one of the items in Minecraft you can't craft normally or replicate unless you just randomly get it from a potato plant. The random drop rate is 2%, and that wasn't high enough, so I added crafting tables that would allow players to turn potatoes into poison potatoes. So you go to the potato farm, hit some potatoes, craft them into poison potatoes, trade them for hash tries. You can literally run a queue and walk away. You can build up 100 hash tries, run the program, walk away, and then 50 minutes later, it will have exhausted all of your attempts, and you're probably going to have about 50 blocks. Super simple. Do the work, get the currency to have the hash tries, automatically run the queue, walk away. I'm out all night sometimes.
This guy's answering stuff for future questions. Why does this always happen to my boss? I feel like this is all planned out, or he got a copy of this. That's actually really crazy. Yeah, because the next question I was going to talk about is, let's talk about the poisonous potato mechanism. Why did you use a specific in-game item as your mining trigger?
It's where you can't replicate it. It's a controlled item, and in the white paper, I very weirdly specifically say an item that cannot be replicated in the game. Like you otherwise cannot get it unless there's one special way. And with other games, you can make a custom item or whatever. Poison potatoes are just native to Minecraft and really easy to work with. So Minecraft just had all of the tools that made this project easy to develop, honestly. And through getting used to working with this, I don't see why we can't have Minecraft as a base of operations for the entire system. And that's really how I'm building this. Is Minecraft is, if you want to start a Minecraft server and join the network, we can hook you up with a data pack literally overnight and get you going. It's no big deal. But if you want to do another game, or if you want to host a different type of server with different economies, we'll work together. We'll tweak the data pack with you. We'll get your block time controlled, and then you can start mining blocks and develop your own community with your own server and still be in the network with us. The poison potatoes, man, it's just, you can't get it any other way. That's the base. Kind of like the Bitcoin hash. You can't fake a Bitcoin hash. You can't fake a poison potato. Not a great comparison, but kind of.
There it is, folks. The poison potato. This is all news to me. I am not the Minecraft master, but we do have. I think Mac Daddy's interested. He might need to get something going over here because look, he said describe how many players can interact in the server at the same time, attempting to mine. So we're sparking interest here.
Yeah, no. Obviously, Minecraft supports chat, so you can chat with each other. Sometimes whenever mining occurs, it fills the chat log quickly, so you can't actually talk with other players. We added a method to the program where you can actually read chat, to the side. Like it's removed from, it saves it, and if anybody's trying to talk to you, you can read it there. In order for more than one player to do attempts, obviously, two players cannot try to mine a block at the same time. That is one of the cornerstones of this system. It's limiting who is selected, by random selection, strictly. There's no way to improve your chances of being selected at all. So if there are people currently mining in the server and you have hash tries built up through your poison potato farming, again, let's say you have 100 built up and you have traded for 100 hash tries, all you have to do is trigger Q, and then you will be added to the random selection of block attempts. So if there's 50 people in there mining and your number, or 49 and your number 50, there's a 2% chance you're going to get selected to have a 50% chance of a block hash every 30 seconds. And that was where we tried to stick super close to the Minecraft community guidelines, in that no pay to win, no pay to play, no incentives, just play Minecraft, enjoy the game, and everybody share an economy. So that is how multiple players can do hashes at the same time. Not only that, you can wager your farmed hash tries in our PvP arena. So if you think you're good, other people that you have been mining want to duel, like 1v1 you in a PvP with axe, bow and arrow, swords. We can add so much more functionality to the PvP stuff, but winner takes all, 10 hash tries per wager. So you throw 10 out there, it's the same as 10 poison potatoes, not super easy to get. And whoever wins gets it all. And this just runs constantly. So if you have 10 people that are trying to do some PvP in the server, they'll run a new PvP match every minute, which is the block time for, 10 hash tries per wager. And I'm trying to think any other interactive things that we have currently. And Mac Daddy, if I'm not answering the question well, just hit me with another one. You can elaborate further, but I think that was what he was asking was, how can more than one player do this? Because I've had people come into the server before and then message in Discord, I couldn't try a hash. There was someone doing it the whole time. And well, you just have to trigger the queue and then you'll be randomly selected. So it's all really simple. It's just hop in the Discord, ask a couple questions, check out the website. I'm an open book. I'm in there all the time, happily walking anybody through who wants to join this system. But anyway, yeah. I think that's the extent of the multiplayer stuff that we have currently.
Nice. No, great answer. Like, it's a good learning. I think there's some more from Mac Daddy, but we're gonna continue on some of the next questions, and then we'll fire off some more from that. But that was a great explanation of that, because I was also wondering too at the same time. But that actually makes sense and it cues you up. So it's crazy. It's like a chance of a chance. There's like no guarantee. Whatever, you have to do your thing. There's definitely not an incentive for somebody to want to allocate that much time to try to work it. So I see it's starting to make sense now on how this all works.
That's why we're here, man.
Yeah, that's why we do the boss battles.
Yes,
all right. Next question. And again, these are things you kind of already went over, but I'm going to go over anyway. So question 3 is, how does the block validation process work when a player triggers a hash challenge in game?
Yeah, it's also super simple. You are teleported to a 2 cubed area. So there's only 8 positions that you can possibly be in. And you're teleported randomly 12 to 16 times. I would have to look. And then it takes those coordinates, which are just zeros or ones, and it adds all of them up. And if the hash is, and players get selection here, whenever you start the hash, it will say, hey, do you want to choose odd or even? If you don't want to choose either one, then odd will be automatically selected. So most people don't care either way. It's 50% chance. But after all of the coordinates are added, you're either going to get an odd or an even number. And that is the basis of the 50% chance of mining a block. But once you have successfully mined that, or you have solved that hash as odd or even, you are then teleported to a 10 cubed area, which has 1,000 different coordinates, and it will teleport you 16 times there and take your coordinates and then save them as a string. So you're talking about like 32 to the 10th power, or 10 to the 32nd power. It's a huge number. So those are the chances of like guessing or trying to predict what this hash will be after they've solved it. So step 1, you add the zeros and the ones to get odd or even. And then the second part is you actually generate a random hash for the player to be applied to the blockchain with their player name, with the game time, with the daytime, and other other scores within the server that further complicate the block so that people can't break it. And then the last thing that's added is the personalized hash that's generated from the player's private key that's typed into chat. So all of those things together create a block. And within those blocks, we also have transactions supported within the server. And it can do up to 100 transactions a minute currently. I could expand that super easily. I chose 100 just because it was easy to work with. But if we wanted to do 1,000 or 10,000, no big deal. You just change the variable. It was just testable. And 100 every block gives you 144,000 transactions a day, which is about a third of Bitcoin's like average. So I thought that was a really good place to start. But outside of that, after you try a hash and you get odd or even, you make the hash, put the chat in. You're teleported back to the lobby, and then you refresh your transaction panel, and you'll see your balance updated.
This is cool. I'm definitely gonna have to see all this, and I gotta hop in the Discord one time and actually watch all of this in action. So
Please
we gotta set that up. Even better, we should just have you come in and we should set something up on something regularly. I think there's some people interested. Maybe we could set something up in Catalyst, and I can throw that in for. We won't call it a game night thing, but I'm very interested now, because at first when you said Minecraft, I was like, shit, I don't play Minecraft. But now I'm more interested in this whole proof of game. That's the part that actually interests me. So this is and especially when you're saying this could be applied to other games, different places outside of Minecraft. This is kind of big.
It's huge. No, it is. Yeah. And going back to your Minecraft sentiment real quick, I'm sorry. I have a friend who hates gaming, does not play games. I wrestled with him in college. Great wrestler, great fighter, good at jiu-jitsu, does not play games. I had him come into this server monthly for the last 8 months, and every time he would come in, he would run my program, hop into my server with zero experience. And once he was able to come in and like run the program, mine blocks, and say, dude, this is cool, I knew that I had created something that was accessible for anyone. So he was my buddy Spano. He's somewhere around here. He was the guinea pig for that. So you can thank him, Ramen, for how easy it is to go in there and make it happen. Sorry to interject.
I got to interject real quick. I got to interject real quick. The poll is live. Second poll. Go ahead and vote on the Twitch chat. We got about 6 votes going in, and we got about maybe 7 or 6 minutes left on the poll. So go vote. Go vote. Go vote.
Let's go. All right. Appreciate that. We're gonna move on. We got 2 more questions here for boss number 2. Then we're gonna
voting A.
Hey,
that's the correct answer.
He actually, listen, I like how you're fighting for your right to party here. This is exactly what you need, because you need to let them know that you deserve an A. But we're going to move on to the second to last question. With the blockchain ledger being maintained through Java-based log files, how do you ensure security and prevent manipulation? And I think you also
beautiful. With one server, manipulation is something that is to be worried about. And with this original server, I spent a lot of time looking for exceptions, trying to find loop block, areas in the logic that would create a problem, like over minting coins, messing up transactions, whatever. But that's where the multi-server part comes in. It was great that players owned their private information. I mean, sure, I could start manipulating with the program or with the server and changing that, but players would still own their own stuff. The ledger would be protected in that way. But moving past that, with multi-server availability and each server talking to each other, you would have to break over half of the servers. And that was the next step in the decentralization of KM Coin that we knew would be essential to protecting the system, because not only do you have to break half of the players, you have to break half of the servers in the same way for all of the players to read it the same, which is insanely difficult to do. You have to be a very skilled hacker to break half of the servers. Let's say we have 20 servers. That's a modest start. That's like 2,000 people in the network. I would love to have that within the year. It's a lofty goal, but we're pushing for it. But the more servers we add with 10 players, 50 players, the more decentral it gets, and the less control any singular node or server will have on the system. And once we get to 100 or 1,000 servers with multiple games, dude, it's unbreakable. It's Bitcoin all over again, except there's no hashing power that you have to worry about. There's no quantum manipulation. There's no ASIC resistance. It's just we have more servers, we have more ways to earn the currency, and we have more validators that are proving the consensus is good.
Sounds good. My buddy over from Lazarus in North Korea says, I can break that in under 5 minutes.
That's totally fine. Come to the Discord, come to the game. I invited
I'm just
people.
kidding. I can't talk to people in North Korea. Let's go.
Dude, like, no, I'm flattered, man. Like, you're coming from North Korea. That's amazing. In fact, in the help section of the program, it says, please go through, break anything you can, prod around, mess with the server, mess with the program, see if you can break it. I literally ask people to come in and break it. So come on, let's see it.
Okay.
I want to see you break
is...
in 5 minutes, bro. I want to see it.
I was just joking, but that's an open invite. That's, hey, listen, standing on
The only
business.
way
I
to
like
know
that.
it's good. The only way to know it's good is if you invite the best in to break it.
The doctor wants to come in and break that right now. Look, he said, check this out. He said, yee, he said the old wet hamster wheel is turning. That's right what I now. Like.
That's the community I've wanted in here, man, are the people who are like, I want to break this. I want to see how this works. I want to get in here. So, yeah, doctor, come on, doctor. Let's do it.
Yeah, he said, but I need to figure out how to prevent mobile exploits from tap farms, etc. So maybe you guys can, he's like, I need to look at, he's like, I need to talk to Frank. Listen, this is the magic that's happening right now. You and Frank get a little powwow in the Kitty Mine server and get this thing going. So we are going to move on to the last question of boss number 2. Then we're going to hop into the lightning round and finish it off with boss number 3. And then we're going to call it a wrap. I think I got Hawaiian barbecue that just showed up. It's going to be really cold when I eat it, but it's okay. It's delicious.
Bro, go ahead and eat it a little bit. No, you're good.
If you talk faster, you can. If you talk
faster,
apologize.
I'll limit my answers to 10 seconds from now on. I'll be fast. Right,
I'm talking about ramen. You can keep cooking, Frank. I'm talking about ramen. I'm just messing with him. I'm just messing with him.
I'll expedite this. I will.
Listen, I'll keep talking too. That's my problem, but I love to talk. That's why I used to get paid for it. Let's go. All right, last question, boss number 2.
Wait.
No.
Damien said noodles can eat.
That just blew my mind, dude. Food eating food.
They say you are what you eat, sir. And as you can see, my head is literally made of noodle. I even got a half of a boiled egg in there.
What the fuck?
Half a bowl.
You do? What the hell? I've never noticed that. What the fuck?
Yeah, just take that half a boiled egg and just like snack on that real quick.
You don't see I got chopsticks? Come on, man.
Dude, I had Japanese 2 days ago. I love sushi.
Come on, man.
Like, sushi around here is not great, but I still eat it.
Oh, man, that sounds like a Midwest statement. I've been out there. No,
it's not the Midwest, but it's equivalent in terms of the economy and stuff. So, yeah, sushi's like 2-star, bro. 2-star sushi.
Got you. Yeah, I've been to Iowa.
I'm just like Iowa sushi. Yeah.
All right, last question. Currently, the official Minecraft server acts as a central node. How do you address concerns about centralization, and what's your roadmap for increasing decentralization?
Yeah, the multi-server system is in the works currently. I did, everything works together. So when you release a program, there are a lot of things that you can improve and change and patch, this and that. So now that we have developed it, people see it, and we have a node operating, thus far the ledger's great. Consensus is matching. No one's found a way to break it yet. We'll see. I'm pretty confident in it. But before that, reckoning or whatever you want to call it, I want to get another server in here immediately, because that makes it twice as hard to break instantly. 3 servers, we're starting to decentralize in the way that, North Korean hacker that you're talking about would struggle to do, because you will have to independently attack each of these servers in a mass that would be more than 50% of all the validating servers. And again, with the right people in the right community, the doctor coming in here, I could take the grounds and saying, you can't break it, bro. Don't mess with, no. Come in and try to break it. Let's talk about it. Let's see what approaches you want to take. Like, I've tried to break it every way that I know how, but I'm one person. So the sooner we can get motivated people in there, testing the system, trying to get some weird outputs, the sooner we'll be in a position to expand, faster. And even with, if there is an issue of some sort with multiple servers, that issue would have to be replicated over and over and over and over. So we have a lot of ground to work with, or a lot of breathing room in the near term as we add the servers, mainly because of the size that we have. And I honestly think the potential that we grant developers, server operators, crypto enthusiasts, hop on, join the community. I'm actually begging you to join and do any exploitation that you want. let me know.
All right, look at he a fan. The doctor wants to put this on 150 million mobile phones. You guys got a chance to talk, so this is good. That wraps it up. That's a lot of that. That is a lot of phones. And listen, at Catalyst, we care about the community. It's only a 15% cut by engaging in relationships that happen here on side of the show. We'll go ahead and send you that NDA. No, I'm just playing.
Dude, you have like
150 mobile phones, man. I'm like, just where do we sign? Let's get this going.
He's like the Kevin Gates of blockchain.
Ramen, you had that prepared like ad ready to go, and you just made it up. Like that's talent, bro. That's fucking talent right there. I've never seen it.
Thank you. I smoke a lot.
This dude's obviously talented. That's what I'm talking about. Throw that 420 face back on, you know.
I'll be like this, showing up to the show.
What's up, yo? What's going on?
Doctor said check is in the mail.
In the mail. That's
we'll talk. No, doctor, come to the Discord for real. We have conversations with anyone that has like some additions and it's hit or miss. Like you literally get scammers, whatever. But by having conversations, you work through the weeds and you get like the real people who have value to give to a community. And I'll work this till I'm blue in the face trying to find the people who will support this idea in the way that like Bitcoin was supported in 2009. Bitcoin never would have got off the ground without a strong community, period. So, and it's a consensus, man. So any person who hates the kitty mine, loves the kitty mine, knows they can break it, thinks they can break it, hop in, please. Let's see it.
Hey, you heard it here first, people. We're going to take a quick ad break, and we're going to be back for the Slurfy voltage round. I cannot talk today.
Foolish crypto hodl. Foolish crypto hodl. With a name like that, this guy thinks he's a crypto guru, but he's really just a shit gamer. Isn't this the guy who thinks a minimap is a requirement for a game? Fool! It doesn't surprise me that this loser quit Valorant! Don't be like him, gamers. Get Slurfy. It'll make your gaming experience over 9,000! Drink Slurfy. Enjoy the blast. Know your place, gamers! Know your place! Fall for more content! Or your...
I like what you got there. Let me show you what I got. Check this.
Slurfy.
Catalyst.
Yo, I gotta say, we gotta
That was the one. That was the one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We gotta get Sersky to DJ some event IRL because I need to be half wasted and half dancing because that shit was fire, bro. That shit was fire.
Dude, I'll do some karaoke. Like dancing, I do need to be like half, but karaoke, I'll do like dry run right off the street, dude.
For sure, for sure. By the way, guys, I did do all those laughing and the talking. That was all me. Okay, I'm the guy behind all that shit.
Face it, 10 level energy. You know what I'm saying? I loved it, dude. The first time I saw that, I showed my daughter. I'm like, "Yo, what do you think of this?" She thought,
really?
Yeah, no, she's 4. She games a little bit. I'm trying to get her into esports. We'll see.
Yeah, I've always wanted to be a voice actor, low key. So like, low key doing it through Catalyst, whatever.
do what you love, man. That's where the value's at. Honestly.
Yo. Chill, bro. Chill. Come on, man.
We putting that up on the screen, laughing away the Luka pain.
It's called LA season. It's LA season. We left Dallas for LA. We left Dallas for LA. Okay. Why am I coping? I'm a Lakers fan now. We're not coping. We're about to win this whole thing.
I know. You follow NBA players like Sugar Mom.
Yeah, all the esports guys do too, man. Like they are obsessed with NBA. I swear they
Really?
love basketball. Yeah, dude. Everybody on my team like follows the season, follows players. I was a collegiate athlete. Like I said, I was a 2-time All-American wrestler. I never followed
Damn.
sports. I just kind of, did my thing. But I was so surprised at how into college basketball, pro ball that they are. But all of them are like unanimously absorbed in, like real competitive sports like that. I want to say real sports because esports is real, but it's different.
Yeah, it's definitely a different kind of sport for sure. But I definitely think people can call them athletes for sure. We're going to head into the Slurpee Voltage round. Remember, guys, this is a non-voted part. This is just going to be a cool down period for our friend here. So let's get into it.
It's time for the Slurpee Voltage round. Sponsored by Slurpee Voltage. Feel the energy.
All right. First question says poisonous potato or dragon egg. If you could change your mining item, what would it be?
Real life relationships, maybe. Like you have to have 5 people verify that they like you. Maybe that would be good.
Yeah.
No. Again, the poison potato, dragon eggs. Every game, every server will have their own immutable item, and it's so much up in the air on that. I'm up for community, input on what they would prefer in the economies, and I'm hopeful that with more server additions, the economies that players and operators enjoy the most will just materialize as they join the network. So, but probably real world relationships. That's what I would trade it with.
For sure. What is your personal high score for potatoes farmed in one session?
Oh, gosh. I would have to think back months. I actually timed out how long it took in my original lobby because I had set the number of potatoes in a way with the server size that would never grant more than the server. Basically, there would never be an excess of poison potatoes with a certain number of players. Hundreds. I mean, seriously, hundreds. Like just timing it, running the system, seeing how it feels. I'm a gamer. I've always been a gamer. Mario Kart 64 time trialing was my peak. I had 3 world records a few years ago. I play. Wow. But no, to test the system and actually log in, start it, mine the stuff, see how long it takes, see how much mining you get for your time. It's a feeling, you need to be able to go in there as a person and say, yeah, this makes sense for how much work that I did. Mathematically, it should make sense, but over time, I kind of got away from that as I did it more and more and more and realized that there's really no problem with having too many poison potatoes. So one thing I am going to add to our server is if you're just in the server, like every few minutes, you get a poison potato for free just for being in the server and validating. So if you hang out in the server for 24 hours, you may build up 100 poison potatoes and then wake up the next day, trigger a queue, come back 24 hours later, you got 50 more. It's just this endless cycle where just by validating in the server, you will get paid in the ability to get hash tries or to attempt hashes. And furthermore, the multi-server validation will include a block fee for the server operators, that's directed straight to them. So there's a few incentives that we're going to be putting in here.
Awesome. We got a special announcement. We got a special announcement, folks. Dun, dun, dun. That is the record longest answer for a question in the lightning round ever out of all 58 episodes of Boss Battles. Lightning round's supposed to be quick, and that thing lingered like a bad fart on a Wednesday. Holy shit. Let's go.
I got to thank the community. I got to thank you guys. Just thanks all around for making this possible. I'm going to shut up now.
All right, next question says most unexpected player behavior you've ever seen on the server.
Yeah, dude, there's some pretty gross stuff that happens if you allow people to come in and like manipulate blocks, which I have in the past. It was a lot more open. But I learned pretty quick that that wasn't the move. Really hateful stuff has appeared in the server on levels that are disheartening.
Right.
So no. This latest lobby that we have, there's no way that you can put custom text into that unless you put it in the hash on the blockchain. Which, if you want to spam that with a bunch of gross stuff, like, up to you. Bitcoin's full of it too. There's only so much you can do about that.
Right.
But no, I won't even speak on some of the stuff that I've seen in the time I've hosted a server. Really, it's not cool.
For sure. Here's a hypothetical one. If Steve and Alex from Minecraft invested in crypto, what would be in their portfolio, in your opinion?
Bitcoin, Solana. They may have a little Ethereum laying around from the old days. I don't know. Avalanche, they have a pretty good bridge for Bitcoin if it hasn't been compromised that I know of. I'll say it. I mean, Cardano, like, are we still on that? You know, it's kind of got like a point of control. It used to. I think they updated the system. They've got a lot of smart contract functionality. A lot of stuff have been talked about the ecosystem for a long time, but we're just waiting to see it. You know what I mean? So Bitcoin, Solana, Avalanche, those are some things that I like. I'm an old head though, you know. Solana is that new thing that I love, dude. Like, it's just, Solana's the deal. So I'm gonna stop talking now.
For sure. Now, what's your favorite Minecraft biome to build in?
Biome to build in? Probably super flat bedrock. I hate to be that guy. When you make a server or a lobby and you want it to be functional with a data pack, it doesn't matter if there's hills and stuff. Honestly, the flat ones load super fast, so it's a matter of like a millisecond as opposed to 5 or 10 seconds. So I say 5 to 10 seconds every time I spin up a new server that's flat with nothing. So yeah, super flat.
For sure. Raman's going to take the rest. Go ahead, Raman.
All right. Most creative mining setup you've seen from a player?
Mining setup, like for traditional cryptocurrency or just with KM Coin specifically?
KM Coin specifically.
The beauty of KM Coin is that you can take a toaster from 2005. If you can load Java 8 on it and get enough RAM in there to run Minecraft, you're validating and mining immediately. This system is made to breathe life into old machines. One validator is from 2012. My other one is from 2009. I have a newer computer running the server, and I have my main PC I'm talking to you all on that is tricked out because it's the one that I use. But no, you can have as slow of a setup as you want. All it needs to do is read a file, parse a string, and that's it.
Nice, like that.
The older the PC, the better. Just let me know how old you can go.
All right, like a
Windows 95 or something.
Yeah, go. Hey,
the operating
system,
system.
best ever.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have to protect yourself on XP, but
yeah,
that thing's crazy.
All those drivers.
Got Windows 3.11 ready to cook.
Oh God, I remember Windows 95, dude. It was actually pretty cool.
I remember going from DOS to Windows. That was crazy.
My grandma had DOS. And, sorry, dude. Like, no, like
DOS boss. Let's go. Keeping it OG. All right. If you could add any mob to Minecraft to enhance KMC, what would it be?
Mini dragons, like Ender dragons, just everywhere. Like smaller versions of them, maybe more aggressive. Minecraft mobbing is a thing. You look up and you're surrounded by a bunch of stuff. You get shot by arrows or whatever. We all play like zombies. We're used to that phenomenon, but you know, having a foe that is smart and you have to actually problem solve against is another thing. Like mob, I guess understanding and staying out of that is pretty simple. But I would love to add a smart NPC boss to Minecraft that will actually fight you. You know, I think that would be great. Minecraft is basic. It's made for whatever, but a nice addition of a boss that is kind of in your face and maybe stalks you a little bit. I don't know. You know what I mean? However far you want to take it. But no, a little bit smarter NPC in Minecraft would be great. I would like that.
Best KMC community meme so far.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, broke up a little bit.
Best KMC community meme you've seen so far.
That's a tough question. I may have to like look back a little bit. It definitely had a kitty in it.
I believe you.
Too many, man. There's just too many to pick from. I'm just gonna go back and kind of pick the first one.
That's all good.
See. No, nothing pops out, man. Send better memes. Community, send better memes. There we go.
Damn, he said send better memes.
Send
All right,
better
we got the
memes.
final 2 questions for the lightning round really quick. Your reaction when you saw the 1,000% price increase in a single day?
Oh, well, I hadn't slept in like a day. So I'd stayed up all night finalizing like we had done the pump. We had listed some NFTs. I'd worked on the website, upgraded the Twitter. You know, I did so many things that night to complete the package, I guess you could say. And then the moment I got it completed, it was literally within 20 minutes it blew up. I released the program. I made it live. We had the coin on the side. We updated the website with all the information. We encoded the pump address into the first transaction of the KM Coin blockchain. And once I released that, I don't know, it went nuts, actually.
Rest is history.
Rest is history, man.
Nice, nice. Final question for the lightning round. Complete this sentence. In 5 years, Kitty Mine Coin will be
gaming Bitcoin.
Shit, you heard it right there, folks.
Mic
Gaming Bitcoin. Mic drop it. That's it. That's it. Well, that wraps it up for the lightning round, and we are going to keep it pushing over to boss number 3. I hope that you're ready, Frank. I hope that you're ready for boss number 3.
Oh, I'm ready.
It's not going to be easy.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So on this round, guys, I'll do the first question, and then Ron will do the next one, and so on and so forth. We're going to alternate between each other. So the first question says, how has Microsoft or Mojang, I guess they're kind of like the same company, not company, but like it's the same owner, responded to your project considering their previous stance on blockchain integrations with Minecraft?
Yeah, you know, I actually did a lot of research on this when I was making the program, and that's why there's no network connectivity within Minecraft. It just reads the log file. So unless, and furthermore, why we made so much effort to making it fair and transparent for everyone with no pay to win aspects to follow their community guidelines. So we followed the community guidelines. We have not broken the EULA in any way whatsoever because it only uses the chat functionality. The only thing that they could potentially be say anything about is you're copying your personal log file on your computer, which you own that, you know, it's actually on your computer. So you can copy that, you can manipulate it. None of it goes to Minecraft. They don't read it. They just send it to you. It doesn't go anywhere. So we have 100% utilized only the game functionality to build a blockchain, like externally with the Java program that reads and manipulates the files.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's move on to the next question here. Go ahead, Raman.
All right. With over 2,800 unique holders appearing on the first day of listing on Raydium, what does your adoption strategy look like moving forward?
Yeah, no, the relationship between KM Coin and KMC is, you know, sustainable. We will be working on this constantly. We already have wrapping rewards within the server, so it's modest, but if you wrap 500 KM Coin blocks, which you could mine in a third of a day, you can get a payout of 10 KMC per block. So 5,000 KMC straight to your wallet, third of a day of mining. The functionality is totally live. All you have to do is augment your transaction field to represent the wrapping on the public wrapped page, the ledger. It's just a place where coins are visibly wrapped for everyone. And once that occurs, you will get the payout of KM Coin or KMC on Sol to your wallet. And again, we want people to use the system. We want them to understand it. We want them to use transactions. We want them to mine blocks. So we already have an incentive for people to come in, become a holder for literally just mining blocks on our layer 1. The power behind KM Coin, and as it is received more and we develop it, we will have a stronger foundation to stand on, bridging to Solana, KMC on Sol. There are so many ways to bridge a coin. It depends on how decentral you want to be, how centralized you want to be. This is all community input. We could do a centralized swap pretty easily, like immediately with liquidity and start doing that. But KM Coin needs a little bit more development. It needs more decentralization. It needs a bigger community. So Once we get to a few servers, multi-server system, we will be in a better position to validate as a group and then actually wrap coins off of the layer 1 in a way that can be represented on Solana. That has been the big reason we're holding back, is we need more validators. We need a more decentralized and robust system, because launching KM Coin, or going back to Bitcoin, if they had 5 validators, gave it to the whole world, it would have been broken in a month. We are building a community. We are looking for server operators, and we want people to understand the system. We've got a whole group of people, a whole team, myself, who are all ears, 100% ready to teach you, show you how it works, and help you get it going. So yeah, the relationship with Solana, I already mentioned that is the open source coin you should have. The fees are next to nothing. It is amazingly fast. And people want to talk about how easy it is to start a coin. That's only a problem if you're buying really bad coins, okay? Like, starting a currency easily is a good thing. Having low fees is a good thing.
Right. Agreed.
So yeah, no. This, I will say, the relationship between KM Coin and KMC, we will put KMC on Sol holders in a position to be powerful in the KM Coin system, and vice versa in every turn of development for this, until we are the Bitcoin of gaming. And yeah, KMC on Sol will be enshrined within that layer 1.
Nice, loving that answer. I like like I said, I like the strategy. I think you really thought this out really well. But we're gonna push this on to the next one. Back to Hado.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It says beyond Bitcoin mining, beyond mining. Sorry, that's in my brain. Beyond mining and transactions, what other blockchain functionalities do you plan to implement through Minecraft gameplay?
Yeah, the transactions within server, it's an interesting idea. Having a peer-to-peer network, transactions will likely be easier off of the game server. I'll just throw that out there. We will probably have both options. In fact, there's already 2 different types of transactions that exist in the system, depending on how much trust you want to put in your server operator to pass the string for you. If you don't want to trust them and you want to have more people validate it, you have the option to do a super secure transaction. But safety and protection of the layer 1, KMC, and the community that support us is paramount. Adding functionality outside of mining and transactions will require, like I said, we want a decentral bridge. We would like to host an exchange. We'll see how decentral that can be. The ultimate goal is safety within KM Coin and a massive incentive for KMC on Sol. Having the wrapped rewards is great, but increasing that functionality by being able to wrap not just for KMC maybe, or a wrapping onto Solana specifically, maybe in the form of KMC. There are so many options here. Bridging is just a thing of read this information, make sure that it can't be changed, make the same thing on this bridge or on this ecosystem. It's that simple. So the next functionality that we absolutely have to have is a bridge to Solana that would be direct from the validators in the chain, as opposed to, what we're working with now, which is just a community vault, more or less, where you wrap the coins and you get the payout in a centralized manner in that way. I want to remove all of the centralization in any ways that we can, multi-server, multi-wallet, hot swaps, whatever we have to implement to make it safe and good for the community is what we will do.
Love that answer. And I'm gonna be honest, one of my favorite things to do in Minecraft is building bridges. So it's kind of funny you mentioned that. I love building bridges from one mountain to the other, and it's an obsessive trait that I have. So poll is live, everybody, on the Twitch chat. So go to Twitch, or you should be on Twitch, and hit that A, B, C, or D. Give it your honest opinion. And we have about 3 questions left here, so we're gonna pass the next question on to Ramen.
All right. Many GameFi projects have struggled with sustainability. How does KMC's model address the common pitfalls in the play-to-earn space?
You can't have one task for getting a currency. And that is what sets us apart, is removing the task that you do to earn a currency and replacing it with the chance to earn a currency. That was the paramount idea that changed everything. But by limiting what players can do or how much they're selected and only allowing one player at a time to do it, which again took some work, eliminated what you're talking about, and that is creating too many coins too fast because too many people are playing. You want people in your server, you want them to be farming the crypto, but if you don't have a mechanism for, we had 10 people today and we have 1 million people tomorrow, and now you're putting out 100,000 times more coins, you're toast. Like, it's over. So the mechanism that we put in to stop that from happening, we could have 10 today, 1 million tomorrow, nothing would change. Block time would be the same. Chances stay this, well, chances are significantly lower, but we addressed, I've looked at the GameFi field, I've seen where they struggled, and the number one issue is, hey, break this potato, get a coin, break this potato, get a coin. It doesn't work. So we omitted that. We took this decentralization out of the server in terms of giving them their private key, so that even though in the moment it is centralized on one server, if I do anything malicious, they can take the ledger, all of their coins, and move it to another server immediately and start it. They don't even have to stop their program. They can just spin up another server, join a different domain, and they're there.
That's nice. Really giving them the autonomy back. Like you said, you're literally giving control to the economy, which I love about this. So
doing it for
we're
the
gonna
gamers,
move. Doing it for the gamers, folks. You heard it, right? And just before I pass it on to Hado, I think that might be the number one thing, is just adding the chance. But I think the reason why there was break the potato, get the coin is, you got to look at the market, right? And what people are gravitating to. And a lot of people in this space are break potato, get coin. But when you are catering to gamers, remember, most of them don't really actually care about the blockchain aspect, but this is just a natural reward for doing something that they already do without any like crazy lift. That's where it makes sense, because they're not driving this so they can go and just make a daily wage out of it. It's like, hey, I'm doing this. This is cool. I've got something that's an economy. And so, like you said, you're really making it to where nobody wants to try to force like Sybil accounts and make a whole bunch of accounts and really mind and ruin it for everyone. This is just people that are coming in, playing, creating their own the world. Yeah. Oh, Mac Daddy, perfect. Right here. You said it in this one sentence. It rewards the gameplay loop. That's it. It rewards the gameplay loop. Yeah.
Well said.
Hey, take over, Mac Daddy. That's it. I was trying to say all that. And he said it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He said it in 5 words. It rewards the gameplay loop. Thank you. Listen, I'm just a box of noodles, man. So
you're so much more than a box of noodles, I promise.
I'm also chopsticks too. We're gonna go. We got 2 more questions left of this. I'm gonna pass the mic back to Hado.
All right, let's go to the second last question. It says, what potential cross-chain integrations or partnerships are you looking to explore for Kitty Minecoin?
Yeah, Solana. That was what we said in the beginning. That is what I have been working towards personally, and it is the chain that I care about. If we can, sorry, I don't like to say I do a lot of the development, but there's other people around. But we would like to make the swaps integrated to KMC on Sol specifically. That would be great. We would like to bottleneck this in some way to where the only access that you have is if you have KMC on Sol. That is the ultimate goal. I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but that is the overarching thing with KM Coin in the beginning, to get it bridged over off of the layer 1 into an ecosystem. We want to incentivize KMC on Sol holders. So if we can do it in a less central way to where you can swap out like that in a bridge, we will. I don't want to do it too quickly in a centralized way that's unsafe, that makes that throws shade on the project too soon. We again need a few more validators. The options are endless with how we can approach this, and the more community input that we have, the easier it is to make decisions about where we should go. But yeah, that's the cross-chain integration is heavily focused on Solana, KMC on Sol.
All righty, we're going to pass it over to Ramen for the final question of boss number 3.
All right, this is your chance right here. Shooting for the A, folks. Remember, he's shooting for an A on the poll. So looking at your roadmap, what upcoming features or developments are you most excited about sharing with the community?
Peer-to-peer, gosh, being able to link up the network completely with multiple servers is like the Q2 end goal. Like in this quarter, this summer, would like to finalize that. The multi-server stuff, I've been working with the last week heavily. I've got the peer-to-peer sketched out. I've got a base program that works. The logic involved with the peer-to-peer to do a file change verification, it grows like as a factorial. So that's whenever we started thinking, okay, we add other servers with other validators all linked up, and then we can validate file changes in that way. So I don't want to get too technical or whatever, but multi-server with the peer-to-peer, everyone validating, and that would put us in a position to get that bridge together.
Nice. There it is, folks. Final question. Final boss. Final nail in the coffin. Final chance to get those last votes. And we're going to see how he does. I think he was extremely thorough. I think there was a lot to unpack there, and I can't wait to, like I said, jump into the server, maybe get in there with Doc, see how all the gears run. And I think this is one of those things I think you have to do, and then you go, oh, that wasn't so bad.
Yeah, for sure.
It is hard to explain on the surface. You're not wrong, but hop in. No, we can get you going pretty quick.
Yeah, Rookie, welcome to the stream. We are getting into the results portion of today's show. So we're going to go over the results, how Frank did against all the bosses. Sponsored by Slurpee. In Crypto Huddle's voice.
Slurpee. Base at 10 level energy. Sorry.
On boss number 1. Ramen, please put away the high face. On boss number 1. Our friend here got 100 out of 100.
Yes, that's good, right?
That is great.
I'm kidding.
Boss number 2. Frank the Tank got another 100 out of 100.
That's good too. Okay.
Chat, I'm going to save you guys some time. Because our man Frank hit 100 out of 100 on all 3 bosses.
Yes, sir!
Which means he has destroyed all the bosses.
What?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nice.
Ramen, can you tell him what he won today?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to. And I'm just kidding. My head's glitching. I can't do all this stuff right now. No. So
it's so true though. Like you keep like bugging out, bro. I don't know.
You know what it is? Because I have to like look down and my camera's looking up, and so like it just the VTube, the whole rig thing. But listen, we do have a trophy that we are going to give to the Kitty Mine, and just like with the badge earlier, this is going to have some feature. Yeah, that's what I was trying to post earlier. Of course he won. He's a 2-time All-American wrestler. But it is going to have some use inside of our Catalyst ecosystem. Let me do the wink. Hey, it actually worked that time. Yeah. And that's all we can really say. I feel like there's going to be more, but there's a little bit of like ominousness or whatever that word is when it comes to the ecosystem. But there have been people that have been collecting since day one, and for those that are participating and won, there's going to be something for the projects that come on the show as well. My lips stop moving, doctor. My lips.
We need a doctor to fix
Call the
your
doctor.
Yeah, my lips. Or a chef or something.
A chef.
Yeah, that actually makes sense. Yeah.
All right, Frank, I do have to ask really quick before he checks out.
Yeah.
Gi or no gi?
Gi or no gi? Me, I'm going no gi. Like I said, my boy's really good with the gi on.
Oh, he's a 10th Planet guy. Yeah, he's a 10th Planet guy.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No gi.
Okay, got it. That's it for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you guys for watching today's episode 58 featuring the Kitty Mine. Frank, thanks for coming on.
Thanks.
Hope you guys had a great time watching the show. And yeah, we'll see you guys very, very soon. I don't think we have a show next week, but we'll figure it out. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Peace. Ba-da-ba-da-da-da.